Hi, I'm Maris with Level Up RN, and I'm so excited to show you today a product that I have just been anxiously awaiting. I have just been desperate to share it with the world, and it is finally here, and I am so excited to share it with you today. I am, of course, talking about our nursing school study planner. I cannot wait to show you all of the incredible features that are inside of this planner right here. I'm just really excited about this, and I hope you are too. So let's take a look inside. So first of all, as you can see, this is our nursing school planner for the year 2022. So that means that it runs from January 1st of 2022 all the way through the end of that calendar year and a little bit into January of 2023 as well, to give you time to get a new planner and get prepared for that following year. So as you'll see, we have here some of the icons from our flashcard decks, and it has a nice matte finish on the front. It has this beautiful corner reinforcement. This was a big deal to me because as a planner nerd, I get really annoyed when I throw my planner into my bag and the corners get all dinged up and bent and pushed in, and they just end up looking bad after just a few weeks of use. So this was really exciting to me to have these corners reinforced, along with the fact that we have this really wonderful metal binding here as well. This is not any sort of cheap plastic binding. This isn't the kind of binding that's going to give out on you. This was made to be heavy duty and sturdy because I know you're going to have a lot of use in this planner. We also have, of course, the bookmark here, which you can use to keep the planner itself closed, or alternatively, you can use it to mark a page. So let's say we were in the week of August 8th through the 14th. I could very easily use this to keep my place so that when I close the book, it just opens right back up to where I was using it. So totally up to you as to how you choose to use this planner. So inside, we have, of course, the legend of our cool chicken, which is our little mascot here. He's the guy who tells us that we have a cool way to remember something. Then, of course, we have a place for you to put your information so that if your planner gets lost, it can find its way back to you. Moving on, we have information on how we set this planner up and how we suggest using it. But of course, this is your planner, so you are free to use it in any way that makes sense to you. This just tells you a little bit about how it was designed and what our intentions were behind that. So now moving on to the stuff that I know you're the most excited to see, what does it look like on the inside? Well, first of all, of course, we have our tabs here which separate the months. These are nice laminated tabs so that they will not fall apart on you, and that way you can easily find anything you're looking for. At the start of each month, we have goal setting pages. So we invite you to look back on your previous month, see where you went wrong and where you went right when trying to accomplish your goals, and then to plan for the month ahead. What do you want to accomplish this month, and what's your plan of action for doing that? Because when we make goals without writing them down, they are just dreams. So this allows you to do some smart goal planning, not fully smart goals, but to help you put your goals down on paper and turn them into a reality. Now moving on to the actual monthly cover here, this is the tab cover. We have a fun, cool chicken illustration for every month. So every month our cool chicken is doing something seasonally appropriate. We also have a pep talk here from our team of nurses. So our team of nurse experts and nurse educators wrote you some pep talks to help get you through your school year and get you through nursing school in general. We know this stuff is hard, and we want to be there to cheer you along on your way. We also have at the beginning of each month either a test taking or a studying tip that we thought was really important to include, especially if you're new to nursing school and might need a little bit of extra help. Okay, now when we turn the page, we of course have our monthly view here. So this is our monthly overview. This is where you can write down anything that you want to be able to check out at a glance. If you want to write down your tests, maybe your work schedule or clinical schedule, birthdays, anniversaries, this would be a great place to do it. We also have down here the previous month and the upcoming month, along with a cool chicken hint. These were selected by our team of nurse experts. These are some of our favorite cool chicken hints to share with you, and so we have one every month. We also have a to-do list. If you have things that you need to do on a month-to-month basis, maybe it doesn't really fall into a weekly or daily view. That's okay. We've got a space for that. Maybe you want to change your air filters or something along those lines. You've got room to write that down so you don't forget. And of course, we have room for notes, anything that you might feel is important and want to jot down. Now, this is the stuff that I'm really excited about. This is our weekly and daily view. So over here, you can see the week view. We have assignments that are due. So it has here the date that it's due and a checkbox so that you can mark it complete when you have finished it. We also have a tests and quizzes section, and this again allows you to put down the dates of your tests and quizzes. You can write down what it is or what kind of an exam it is, mark it off when you've done it. You can keep track of your scores here if you'd like, anything that you want to keep track of for your tests, quizzes, and other exams. Now we have in this section other things to do. So you are a complex person with a complex life. You are not just a nursing student, and we know that. So maybe you need to do laundry, maybe you need to call and make a doctor's appointment. That's a great place to keep track of those to-do list items. In the middle here, we have labs, simulation, and clinical schedule. In this section, we have the date, time, and location, and underneath, we have a line for homework. So if your school has homework that is associated with your labs, simulations, or clinicals, we have a spot here so that you don't forget to do it and you can mark it off when it's complete. Now here is a very important section. It is the future assignments section. So this is a place to keep track of all of your assignments that might be coming due in the future that you want to keep a hold of. This is a really great place to, when you get a syllabus at the beginning of the semester, to fill it out and be sure to write your future assignments down in the weeks before they're due so you can remember to get started on them. Things like research papers, you need to be figuring out your topic, finding your sources, writing an outline, and you could even do that here. You could say, decide on topic for research paper and have that in your future assignments. Now, we gave you space to track weekly goals or habits that you might be interested, like how much water you drink or whether you went to the gym or something along those lines. We have a little space for you to track that. But we also gave you a study tracker right here. So this is a stack of books, and each book has a day of the week, and we invite you to color in the book if you studied on that day. We know that consistency is key, and that is also the case with studying. So studying and reviewing needs to be an everyday habit, or at least many days a week. And so we gave you a little space right here to keep track of your own studying. Now, I have ADHD, and ADHD has made it very difficult for me to manage my time my entire life. And specifically, when I have a to-do list that is a million items long, I struggle with the idea of knowing where to start. So I started implementing something I created in my own life, which I call my 3 non-negotiables. And what I do is at the start of every day, rather than getting overwhelmed by this huge to-do list, I say to myself, what 3 things must I accomplish today in order for today to be a success? Some days that's going to be doing laundry, cleaning up the house, doing the dishes. Some days it's going to be deciding on my research paper topic, finding my sources, and beginning an outline. It doesn't matter what your non-negotiable tasks are. It matters that you know what they are. So we gave you space here every day, except for the weekends, to give you a little bit of a break, to think of your 3 non-negotiable tasks. We also gave you space here to track any sort of appointments, reminders, or any other information you may want to write down here. And that's what the planner looks like every day, every week, and every month. But at the very end is something very special, which would be our nursing reference pages. So the last tab of the planner are our nursing reference pages, and here we put together what we believe to be the things that nursing students are looking up the most frequently. I know for me, I was constantly looking up things like lab values. I could never remember the appropriate EKG intervals for things like PR interval and QT. So we put all of that information in here for you so that you have a good source to turn to that you're going to be carrying around with you anyway, and you don't have to keep looking it up. So we have things like lab values in here. We have things like fundamentals of nursing. Which conditions require what type of isolation precautions? What are the normal ranges of vital signs? We have other things like how to put on protective equipment, pharmacology, serum drug levels. We have EKG placement, EKG intervals, so much more, including the thorn in everyone's side, the pediatric vaccination schedule, fine motor skills, gross motor skills, the milestone ages for all of them. We've got maternity content in there as well. But not only that, we give you space to write down the things that are important to you. We know that in your program, you may be asked to recall other information that is not something that we thought of including, so we gave you space to think of all of those things you might need to know as well. I'm so excited for you to get your hands on your very own nursing school planner. This is the planner I wish I had when I was in nursing school, and please know it was designed with such care and thoughtful intention to provide you with the best tool to track and manage your time in nursing school. I cannot wait to hear your feedback. Thanks so much, and happy studying.
I invite you to subscribe to our channel and share a link with your classmates and friends in nursing school. If you found value in this video, be sure to hit the like button and leave us a comment and let us know what you found particularly helpful.